Hey, thanks for everyone for sticking with the tutorial series. This is going to be our 5th video for the capio.systems tutorial. The last video we made 4 questions for our psychology course. Here are the 4 questions. So what we're going to do today is we're going to make an exam and add those questions to the exam and then preview the exam, make sure everything looks okay. So we're going to navigate here to the exams tab, and in the exams tab you'll see we have 4 subviews. We have the list view. Right now we don't have any exams yet, so you don't see anything. We have the create exam view, the edit view. There are no exams to edit, so that's why we get this message here. And then the final view is the build view, and this is the view where we can actually change the exam data and actually make it look like the exam that the students are going to see. So let's get started with the plus icon here and create a new exam. So we're going to type in our course here, Psych 101, and then the exam type. This could be midterm, final, it could be an assignment. What else could it be? A test, exam, whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to call it test, and let's say this is the first test of the quarter. The instructions are optional. This whatever you put in the instructions area here, you're going to see on the first page of the exam. And then color here. So the question on the color is, do we want to make it I think I'm going to make it the same color as the questions. So the questions were all black. The courses are actually these 3 colors here. And since the exam can be used, it's up to you. If you want to have this exam just for your period 1 psych class, and the reason why you might want to do that is you might want to have different, put the questions in different orders for your different classes. So you could say, we're going to use this color and it's going to be just for our period 1 course. And then the period 2 course would have a different color, and you would scramble the exam questions in a different order. Or for whatever reason you want the exam to be different for the different courses. But I'm going to go ahead and just assume that you want to make the exam and that you could use it for any of your Psych 101 courses. So let's just go ahead and use black, which is the same color that we used for the questions. And then let's just go ahead and click Save. After you click Save, it's going to take you back to the list view. And you see the exam that you just made here. So it's Psych 101, Test 1. Notice that it has the color, but it's a square. So when you look at the courses in list view, the courses are a circle. So anytime you see one of these strings, you can quickly know whether it's referring to a course or an exam. The exam is a square. Right here are some actions that you can do on this particular exam. We can edit the exam. It'll take us back to the edit view, and you can go in here and change any information that you want. Change the color. If you forgot to add instructions, you can add instructions. We're not going to make any changes, so we'll just cancel out of this. We can delete the course. The 0 here is what that means is we have 0 questions on this exam. So what we need to do is we need to add the questions to the exam. And the way you do that is you actually click on this 0. When you click on this 0, it's going to take you from the exam tab back to the questions tab, and it's going to apply a filter. I'll show you that filter here. Right here, you've seen this list view before, except right here is a tag that is telling you that we're using this view for a peculiar reason. Also notice that the buttons that we use to create new questions are all disabled. The reason being that we are not trying to create new questions here. The only thing that we're doing is selecting questions for this particular exam. And so we just go ahead and do that. You select the questions that you want to put on the exam. Now, of course, this is really easy because we only have 4 questions in our database. But if you had hundreds of questions here, you would just come in here and type in, Psych 101, and if there was any particular subject matter that you wanted to pull to the top. So let's go ahead and put phenomena in here, hit enter, and it pulls phenomena to the top. If there was hundreds of questions here, all with a different course, all your psych, because you typed in Psych 101 into the search, all your Psych 101 questions come to the top, and you could go ahead and select the ones that you wanted on the test. And you can also expand the question if the hashtags don't cue you to the particular question. If you forgot, you can take a look at them. But since we selected 4 questions, if I go ahead and hit the back button here, it's going to take us back to the exams tab, except now the 0 is a 4, indicating that we have 4 questions on the exam. Let's go ahead and go click on it again. It'll take you back, show you the 4 questions that are on the exam, shows you the select tag so that you know you're using this view to select questions. If for some reason you're in this view and you said, there's another question I need to create, but I can't create any questions here because these buttons are disabled, all you need to do is click to close out this tag. So when you close out this tag, you can see the check marks go away, and these buttons are available now for you to create a new question. By closing that and unchecking those questions, that did not remove them from the exam. You still have 4 questions on the exam. If we click this 4 again, it'll take us back and show us 1. Note that if this tag is here and we go ahead and uncheck this, it's going to alert us and ask us, do we indeed want to remove that question from the exam? I'm going to cancel out of it because we don't. Okay, so now we have our exam. We've added questions to the exam, and the next step is to go to the build view. The build view is where this hammer icon is. Go ahead and click on that. Select the exam. Here's our Psych 101 test. And what's going to happen is you're going to see a view that's really similar to the questions list view, except that only the questions that are on this particular exam are in this view. What you can do here is, you can expand them and take a look at the questions and make sure they're the right ones that you want on the exam, but you can also sort the order. So if we use these up and down arrows, we can move phenomenon up to the top. We can move it down. We can move any question anywhere we want. Also, if we added, the best place to remove questions is in this view here, because you don't have to deal with all the questions that are not on the exam. We could simply click this and say, do we want to remove this from the exam? And then after you got the exam in the order that you like it, this is where the magic happens. We're gonna click on this hammer button here, and we're gonna actually see a preview of the exam in the same format that the students are gonna see. So let's go ahead and do that. And here we go. Here's our exam. This is it's a 6-page exam. This right here is just boilerplate instructions that the students always see. It simply instructs the students to use these buttons to navigate. We're trying to discourage the students from using their browser navigation. And let's go ahead and scroll through the exam and see what it looks like. Question 1. This build process automatically assigns the question number. So remember, when you're actually making your questions, you don't want to refer to particular question numbers of the exam, because when you're making the question, you're not sure how many questions are going to be on the exam. You don't know which order the questions are going to be in. So this exam build process actually numbers everything for you. And so we can scroll through here and see all the questions on the exam. On the last page, every exam has this same last page, which just is a finish notice, and it has an audit button. What the audit button does is it allows the students to verify that the server has received all the responses. And if they missed a question, it'll tell them which question they missed so that they can navigate back and go ahead and answer the question. And that's it. If it looks good, then we know we have our exam ready to go, and the next step is to administrate the exam and notify the students that they've been scheduled for an exam. You do that on the admin tab, and we'll take care of that in the next video. Anyways, thanks for checking out our video series. I appreciate it, and I look forward to making the next video. Thank you.